To a dessert fit for a queen. Eva and I, along with our friend Danielle Breezy from our affiliate in Nashville, WKRN, whipped up a proper pudding with great British Bakeoff fan favorite Crystelle Pereira and learned some British lingo around the way. Take a look.
So, Crystelle, in honor of the Platinum Jubilee, you have a special pudding for us.
Yes, I do. So this is my take on a British trifle. So a British trifle is a quintessentially British dessert, and it's one that I think a lot of people will be having this bank holiday weekend, but I have to put a spin on things because I love doing that. So I've taken the essence of a trifle, so we do have a bit of British Earl Grey tea going in, but it's got flavours of chai, which is like an Indian chai, so like a twist on like a British tea. And then we've got an almond sponge with some flaked almonds for a bit of texture, and then some chai poached pears as well, and then a vanilla mascarpone frosting on the top.
Chai poached pears?
Yes.
Ooh. Incredible. Okay.
So how do we do this?
Yes.
So it's lots of layering. So with any trifle, well, typically you start with a cake base. So I've got here, this is an almond dracon sponge, which is basically like a really light whisk sponge, which has got ground almonds. So you just want to scatter them all on the base of your trifle dish.
Should we use this whole bowl?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I just poured it on.
This is the poaching liquid from our chai poached pears. So when you poach any fruit, you basically make like a syrup, which has got sugar, water, but I've put in here some black tea, some of those roasted chai spices, taken out the pears and then reduce this down to a thicker syrup. And then we're going to pour this all over the sponge, but I'd say pour about half of it, and then we're going to save the rest for the top. Okay. And then next, we're going to go in with our chai poached pears. So these are just pears which I've peeled, I've cored, and then I have basically just cooked in that lovely syrup. And so this is sort of the fruit element. So usually you would have like a jelly, like a strawberry or raspberry jelly, but I've gone with these chai poached pears.
Explain for our American audience, we think puddings, we think snack packs. Like,
yeah.
We do.
I realise this, I think pudding is quite misleading. So basically, pudding is just a term that we use for dessert. So pudding and dessert they're interchangeable, basically. So
you said it's quite posh to call it pudding.
It is. So funnily enough, I'm not very posh, and I don't really use the word pudding unless it's embedded in the name of a dessert, like sticky toffee pudding. But I do have some posh friends who say, "Oh, like, what's for pudding?"
I'm going to start saying that now.
You should. I think you'll get a lot of nods of solidarity. Oh, she's British. So we've now got our cake, our poached pears, and now this is our chai custard. And I've infused it with some black tea, and then again those chai spices that I use in the poached pear. So there's cardamom, cinnamon, ginger, a bit of black pepper. And also, once you put your creme pat in, if you just get your spatula, and then you can use that to smooth it down. And you basically want to just make sure you can see all the layers on the side. So this is basically mascarpone cheese, and then I've mixed it with some vanilla bean paste, a bit of honey to sweeten it, and then double cream, which has been whipped up. Ooh. So it's only sweetened with honey and a tiny bit of icing sugar, so it's not overly sweet. So I think it just helps. Again, sounds really weird to lighten everything. It's really bad at home. I actually have my assigned messy baker's corner now. They've literally shunned me into the corner so that because I'm really bad, I basically spread my mess out everywhere. So I'll have like a cake rack on like the hob. Oh, sorry. Stovetop. So that's another thing.
There we go.
Hob, I didn't realise. I said hob the other day, I think on Instagram, and all my US followers were saying, Crystelle, what does hob mean? And I didn't realise hob isn't an American term. Yeah, so hob is stovetop. There's so many things, even like confectioner sugar, we say icing sugar. And then caster sugar, I think you say superfine sugar. Yeah. There's so many things I'm now learning. So, and then to finish off, these are roasted flaked almonds. And I've roasted them, so they've gone lovely and golden, and we're just going to scatter them on top. But I always roast nuts before I add them to a bake, because you basically, when you roast any nuts or even spices, you release all of the oil, so it really brings out the flavour. And then you can finish off with just a little bit more of your syrup, just like a couple of tablespoons. And then once that's done, that's basically it. And I think this is a British term, Bob's your uncle, which
basically Bob's your uncle.
Bob's your uncle, yeah. It basically just means, and there you go. And there we go. So that is my almond, poached pear, chai, vanilla, mascarpone trifle. Eva has got a slight advantage because if I look at the rims of everyone's trifle dishes, there's not any blemish. So for that, you get an extra point from me. Handshake. There you go.
And Eva, as you taught us, your husband says that we are separated by the same language. So many little differences.
Yeah, the way we use words, we might all say English words, but they're used completely differently and mean totally different things. It's really funny to sort of have that conversation and figure those things out.
I'm going to start asking people
also, I
what's
love
for
that my
pudding.
OCD paid off.
Yeah, that too.
What's for
Yes.
What are we gonna have for pudding?
What's for
Yeah.
pudding? To all of our posh friends, you know?
And for all of our posh viewers out there,
Yeah.
Crystelle's trifle recipe is on our website, goodmorningamerica.com.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.